Hello, you lovely ladies. Oh my goodness. So I was just at Kelly Frick page. All right, love the skin that you're in. And I talked a little bit about St. Hildegard, but I wanted to give you guys a super treat. All right, I have a treat for you. So we're gonna sit here for a moment because I'm gonna read to you a story about St. Hildegard. This amazing children's book is just so much fun that I couldn't resist. I love reading stories. I don't know about you guys. And I think that none of us are ever too old to love a story, to listen to a story, right? Because there's always something amazing to learn from a story. Take a drink of my tea. Hope you guys are having a wonderful tea time. It's probably noon, lunchtime for many of you lovely ladies. But I love hopping in here for you lovely ladies in this group because you're super special, and I know that you are each striving each and every day to be the best versions of yourself, to be able to love yourself, to see how beautifully, wonderfully made you are, and our journey always is different. Each of us are different on our journey, right? And I shared a little bit about on my main page how St. Hildegard is somebody that I have followed for many, many years. Definitely go and check it out on Kelly Frick. Love the skin that you're in. I'll be sharing it here in the group also. I'll share it. But I wanted to, like I said, give you guys a special treat and actually read the storybook that I shared on my main page. And I'm going to share with you a little bit about St. Hildegard and why she is such an amazing woman way before her time. And you're going to understand that as we read this book. All right, so she lived between 1098 to 1179. She was one of the most remarkable and influential women of her time. She was blessed with an astonishing array of talents. She was at once a mystic, an abbess, scientist, doctor, nutritionist, composer, writer, linguist, and artist, right? Such as St. Hildegard's fame and influence that she was able to influence bishops, popes, and kings, as well as a humble peasant. It sought out her wise counsel always, right? So she is recognized as a saint and a doctor of the church and is also revered by many other faiths. To find out more about her, you can look at all sorts of other different things, all right? I have tons of books and resources, so if you ever want to be able to geek out, have tea with me, and talk more about her, oh my goodness, I would totally love to. But let's do a little story time. Super fun, all right? So, Hildegard of Bingen. Once upon a time, in 1098 AD, in Mainz, Germany, a little girl was born named Hildegard. She was a very special girl because when she shut her eyes, she saw lights, and inside those lights were pictures of heaven. I want you to see some of these pictures. They're super beautiful. When she was 3 years old, her inside lights became so dazzling and bright that they would make her whole body tremble and shake. Her light told her many things. If she looked at a mother cow, she could tell the color of its calf before it was born. She could also predict the future. But after seeing so many things with her lights, she got terrible headaches. Her parents decided to send her to the Benedictine cloister of Mount Saint Disabod. This monastery was on a beautiful mountain illuminated by the sun. It was a place where people who saw God could go and pray. Hildegard learned reading, music, singing, biblical history, prayer, spinning, and work. She was so musical that she could hear the singing of an entire prayer service just once and perform it. She said, "There is the music of heaven in all things, and we have just forgotten how to hear it until we sing it." When Hildegard was 18, she became a nun and took the Benedictine habit. She was so wise and so kind that when she was older, Hildegard was elected abbess of the cloister. But now when Hildegard shut her eyes, her secret lights were so blinding and her headaches so great that she could hardly bear it any longer. Then suddenly she heard a voice that said, "This is the voice of God. When you see a great light inside you, that too is the light of God. You must let other people see what you see. You must let your inside lights shine out." And so Hildegard began to tell what she saw in her secret land of lights to a nun and a monk who wrote it down in a book called Know the Ways of God. Hildegard's secret lights showed how to live for God and enter his heavenly city. As Hildegard wrote down what she saw, her headaches also went away, but she wondered if she could tell everything she saw in her secret land of lights. She thought, I am just a poor little woman. I am just a feather in the breath of God. The greatest monk of the time, Bernard of Clairvaux, told her to continue sharing her secret lights, and so did Pope Eugenius III. When Hildegard was 53, she finished her book, Know the Ways of God. What is said about that? 53. Now everyone wanted to see her at St. Despard Cloister, but it wasn't big enough. Hildegard prayed and received heavenly guidance to move her nuns to Rupertsberg near the town of Benning. And so she became known as Hildegard of Bingen. At age 65, Hildegard finished her second work, the Book of Life's Merits, showing how man can rise to heaven by overcoming his faults. Hildegard and her nuns could cure many people because she had studied the ways of heaven and earth. She now finished her third book, Physica, on natural history, and a fourth book, Causes and Cures, a scientific and medical encyclopedia. Her fifth book, the Book of Divine Works, was on the activity of God that came from 5 of her secret lights. Hildegard wrote 5 more books, and one of them was a cookbook. So great was Hildegard's secret land of lights, so energetic, so brilliant, and so full of ideas that Hildegard was able to compose 77 symphonic songs and an operatic morality play. She also wrote hundreds of letters all over the world to emperors, popes, bishops, archbishops, nuns, and nobility, and she invented an alphabet and created a whole new language. In her 60s and 70s, Hildegard made many preaching, teaching, healing, and prophesying tours throughout Germany, and organized and reformed many monasteries. At the age of 81, Hildegard died on September 17, 1179. She has been considered a saint by Catholics and many Protestants who celebrate her life and everything she gave to the world from her secret land of heavenly lights. And then it goes on, that was the end of the book, and it has an appendix of giving all of the history of when her poetry and music was written, her operatic music drama, Orta Veritum, her scientific work, the Physica, her spiritual healer book, the Causia of Cures, Causes and Cures, then her language book, Lingua Ignota, or Unknown Language, then, and that was all about the secret or mystical language used by her in the monastery. Her cookbook, Foods of Joy, and lots of other just amazing, rich things about her. So I just wanted to hop on, like I said, to be able to share more about her as you journey with your health in connecting your physical health to your emotional health and connecting the mind, body, soul, spirit of your health, of seeing that there were women eons ago who saw how amazing it was to be able to connect our whole health and helped others learn how to be able to connect their whole health. That is always my hope and desire, is to be able to, as I continue to connect my whole health, mind, body, soul, spirit, that I'm able to help empower you to be able to connect your whole health, mind, body, soul, spirit, so that when you look in that mirror, you see how beautifully, wonderfully made you are and how worth it is to be able to strive for whole health. You have a beautiful and blessed day.